What's up, LC heads? We are back today. We're back at it again. Now, we've added a couple SC to our favorite little new mage. And I think we can, actually do this now, right? We have a way to crowd force ourselves. We have enough MP regen in his kit to keep that fed so we can keep throwing spells. So let's see how we do now.
What is this? You doing your OnlyFans? You're like...
Yeah, I'm on my OnlyFans. Oh man. If only I got paid for this without having to sell my soul. We're gonna go straight into ice magic. Our ice is still doing great. We've obviously added some Nether Tempest to this kit. Strongest spell that I have, but it's not buffed with a bunch of ice buffs. So we're just gonna keep throwing this 40 MP ability here. That should do it for us. And that way our MP is manageable. Right, because after each wave we're going to get 5% of our MP back, and every time we kill an enemy we're going to get 5% of our MP back. What I've noticed too, it's really easy to get this guy special when you're casting on a lot of targets. You can just watch his special gauge charge up right now as the spell hits. Boom, boom, boom. And we pretty much have our special charged. So that's something that's kind of cool. You are going to, get to take advantage of this character's cool looking special when you run him. He's going to be able to throw that on top of the spells that he gets. Why not? Right? You can use that to finish something off. I kind of wish it had an effect on it that cut down elemental resistance or something like that. But maybe, just maybe, that's just too much to give him. I don't know. Here's that amazing special that we all love to see. It is AoE. It is AoE. It does look good. Shabam! And then we'll just go straight into our spell here. That should just about do it. Yup. And look, our special's already halfway charged again. Literally, look. So one more of those spells and we would be throwing that special again. Right? Now, of course, this all depends on how many targets you have to hit, I'm sure. Can we get our special back? Actually, I may have wanted to use this because these things are probably going to do some damage to me. Oh, will I have time to cast anything? Yes. Oh no. It's a good thing we have this special. Will that buy us enough time? See, it does kind of move them away from me. It kind of pulls them to the left side of the screen. Let's actually target this guy. That's all we need is some ice, and it's a good thing because we got stunned. I haven't found the 5 SC that I need free to add some stun resist, but I think we've cleaned up enough here where we're going to be able to bust out of this and actually use our kit. Yeah. And when he does this, he's up in the air and safe. So that's kind of cool. But obviously, we're going to want to cast some magic. And one more ought to do it. There's nothing they can really do to stop us. Oh yeah. We've come a long way with 2 more SC. So... And we are getting our 50 lapis at a time. We're actually being rewarded for this. Yeah, there we go. That's what we wanted. Right, there is a way up right now to turn free Lapis into a UR arc with a lot of bit of luck, of course. So I'm like, why not? Why not go through here, grind out some more Lapis, and see if we can throw any pulls we can. You know, with a little bit of luck, we'll get another dupe of the new hero to get a new prism for him. Right, and best case scenario, we could pull that juicy UR arc. That thing just looks dope. It's got a great Trustmaster on it. It's absolutely just wicked. And it teaches some good abilities, obviously. It's what you would expect from a UR arc. So, you know, not a bad play there. If you're going to roll the dice, you might as well roll it for something damn good, right? Let's take a quick peek at where our little hero is. We're still short on gems. What are you going to do? Still camped at level 80. Abilities unlocked. We are at least like 82 out of 108. So we have some of his stuff. I don't have all his best stuff yet. He's going to be doing much more damage, throwing those spells down. And of course, yeah, this guy has a pretty high base intelligence. I think he's in like the 1600 territory. So spells are always going to hurt from this guy. All right, we at least have both of his traits unlocked. We have 0 of his shards, so yeah, would not mind having a dupe of him. Robe equip magic damage plus 1%. Okay, cool. That helps all mages. So here is his 55 SC. Woohoo! We are just packing heat over here. And here's the equipment I have on him. He is rocking the Queen's Scepter because magic attack damage 10%. When using attack magic, if damage is reduced by attribute resistance, reduce resistance 20% and deal damage. Absolutely love that. I just think that is great, right? And then we have the Divine Law of Cloudia Ruin, the Robe. This is continuous MP regen effect, and it was just kind of sitting around. Why not throw it on him, right? And then we have Igneed's Ring here. It's pretty much just here for the 86 intelligence that it's giving. And obviously fire physical / magic attack damage 10%. He does have some physical fire attack damage in his kit. I believe his S2 does fire and ice. Yeah, and obviously he's going to throw some fire magic. He's going to be able to get that 10% to that. So it's not a bad. He's not He's not a bad placeholder for this item. Why not? And of course, the last slot is like the one piece of paid gear I managed to get for him. I just think this does a lot. The 6-star item, 50 MP, 73 intelligence, but the trait on it is really where it's at. Attack, magic, cast speed plus 30%. That's all they had to say. And then fire, ice, earth, thunder, attack damage plus 10%, which is everything that's in his kit. But that 30% to the casting speed, in my opinion, that's really hot fire. And I would go with the accessory if you had to choose one paid item for this character. Although most people have already made that choice a long time ago because I'm so late coming back with this character. So it is what it is. Best of luck to everybody with their Lenius. This is how mine's doing so far. He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. I do want to fully unlock his ability tree and then go, you know, slay some ogres and test out a few things with this guy. Obviously, him with mage and some of the other casters that I have. Right, his magic is cool. I dig it. I like seeing it come down, and he's pretty quick to cast it. So I can already kind of see how this guy could just be like a freaking nightmare. Right, and all of his high-level spells that you pay a little bit more, they do have breaks on them, right? So, like, whatever you're casting on is slowly going to be like, oh, minus 20% strength, minus 20% intelligence. You know, you're going to start slowly stacking those debuffs with his high-level spells, which is cool. And, you know, against a bunch of enemies at the same time, you can break him down pretty quick just with this guy's spells. You know, and he has some kind of custom elemental break. I need to get that thing and see how it works before I can really talk about it and see how well it stacks with weaken and with everything else. So yeah, but this is like a universally good mage, right? He should be able to go into any party and back up that element, empower that element, whatever you need. He could pretty much fit into it, right? And you don't have to worry about any of the things that mage has to go through, which is being knocked unconscious, like, I don't know, 30, 40 seconds into the fight, whatever it is. That's what this guy brings to the table. He doesn't have to take an old man nap after casting a few spells. So it just, I guess it all depends on how you want to look at it. And he's going to be able to cover every element. He's going to bring some newer spells to all of that, spells that are quick to cast. They look good. And he's just going to be a solid all-around mage that you could put into any party, right? Unless you're running, you need to run a physical damage non-elemental party, because I have not seen a non-elemental spell on this guy. I guess that's what Yoda's niche is going to be, right? You need to bring some non-elemental magic. You can bring him, or maybe you snagged up one of the Rimmeroos. I think he has some kind of non-elemental something, right? Yeah. Anyway, so that's the way that I see Lenius. Somebody's already complained. One of the biggest drawbacks is that they didn't give him an ability to stay alive at the drainage of his MP like mage can. When mage gets down to 1 hit point, he just starts using his MP to keep him alive, and that does help him survive in some crazy boss scenario where a special is hitting. But obviously, the MP is going to drain anyway, and they're going to die anyway. But it's like some of the mages come with an ability like that. This guy does not. I don't know. I don't know what I can really say about that. I guess that's the price he pays to be elementally unlocked. So I'll have to see what I can actually do with him and how far his MP goes. How much does he really need for casting? How much MP could I use to cut damage on him? If I could use any at all, right? I mean, we have abilities where you can cut the damage that you're taking in half by sacrificing 3 MP, right? It does cost like 10 SC. We have like, there's Hydra Shell, there's a couple of them. So I'm curious to see how that's going to play on this character, especially if he can keep feeding himself a bunch of MP and keep getting his MP back. So there's just a lot of stuff that I need to try to work out on this character. But he's fun so far, and he does look cool. They did great with the sprite. So best of luck to everybody, and hopefully you get really lucky and you get the damn arc instead. Yeah, nobody freak out. This guy's going to be around, right? These are limited, I'm doing air quotations in the air right now, if you can't tell. Limited characters that aren't really so limited, right? These are not collab heroes. This guy's not a collab hero. Either is Balin, and that's probably why they're making them pretty damn powerful, right? So people are like, well, you know, I know this guy's not really limited and I can get him whenever, but maybe I should just grab him up now because the damage is so good. He just looks so good. I'd like to have him right now. You know, and then when the collabs come around, those are limited. And when the collabs have some kind of niche in them, some kind of special ability that you can only get from that collab, that's when you want to save your resources. Personally, for me, I was always a huge fan of some of the rogue characters in this game that have special abilities to farm that are limited. I've always been on the lookout for those. Chrome is a pretty awesome rogue, and I really dig him. So, I always look for stuff like that. Anyway, do what you want with your resources, but best of luck to you anyway. Later, everybody.